Welcome to this tutorial. You are going to learn how to transfer from a high poly to a low poly the color and the normal map. The purpose is to create a 3D animation prototype. The official Blender docs states that baking textures like base color or normal maps is strategic for creating game-ready assets for game engines like Unreal or Unity. Okay, so we are on Blender, we select all, we delete, we file, import an OBJ, that is our source file. We have it here. So we import, then we activate Node Wrangler. It's activated. Then we go to shading. We create a new material and it's using Ctrl+Shift+T on Windows or Command+Shift+T on Mac. And you go to characters for video game, Tiger Cube, and you select all the textures. Principal textures. Then we duplicate with Shift-D and we press escape. Then we can hide our original model, and this one is the one. Okay, so you will need to download Quad Remesher, and you will download for Blender on Windows or on Mac if you are on Mac, and then you are going to install on Edit, Preferences, and you click here on the arrow and install from disk. Then the copy of the high poly Tiger, we're going to activate the plugin Quad Remesher. It's activated, and then here on the we close on arrows, we click on Quad Remesher, and we want, for example, a 700 faces, and we click on Remesh. Okay, so this is the low poly. As you see, this algorithm that was developed, the ZBrush Remesher tool, it makes a good work by reconstructing the loop lines on the eyes, on the ears, but it's a 90% animation ready. You will need to, this is only for prototyping purposes. So we have this prototype. Then, okay, so then we go to layout, we go to the wrench tool for adding a modifier, and we add a multi-resolution, and we add a shrink wrap modifier. Then we use the setting project, and for target we select the high poly that is hidden. As you see, the topology deforms, so you need to activate negative and positive. Then you click on subdivide 3 times. Then you can apply here or on Windows with Ctrl+A. So we apply, and then we load down the level viewport again. Okay, so the next step is go to shading. Okay, so this is the material for our tiger. So we create a base color, image texture. We create a new image. We want a 1K that is optimized for mobile. So here we name it tiger _ D for diffuse. Shift-D. We duplicate. We remove this image. We remove this image. We set new image, and we set to tiger _ normal. And we need to activate the 32-bit float. Then we connect a normal map. And then we connect this normal map to normal map. Okay, so next step is to go to edit mode, and you click U and unwrap Smart UV project, and you give a little bit of margin to avoid color interpolation and bleeding. Then we go to the camera render, and we select cycles, and we select bake from multi-res by selecting the shader, the normal. We're going to bake on this image the color to project. If you go to UV editing, our UV maps, so we go back to shading, we select this node, bake from multi-res, normal, clear image, and you click on bake. And now the color is reconstructed. Now for the diffuse color, the base color, we deselect bake from multi-res, we select diffuse. We don't want direct or indirect light, we only want the color. And we select here, selected to active, and we are going to use 0.2 for extrusion. So you need to activate back the original model. We are deleting this model that we used for the retopo. So, okay, important. There is always good practice to rename the model. So we're renaming to Tiger Cube Low Poly, and these to Tiger Cube High Poly. We are baking the color by projecting from the selected. We first select the active, and then we shift and click on the high poly, and we click on bake. Okay, now the texture is baked. So if we go to layout and we change the render type, as you see, this is the low poly and this is the high poly. Okay, so thanks for watching. Really appreciate if you like, hype, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.